Dank, rotting. The thing was coming. This time she'd get away. This time she'd outrun the devil. Meggie took off down the narrow passage. The instant she came up hard against a door, she tried the knob. It wasn't locked. It led outside onto a stairwell, then to an alleyway below. Ignoring the bitter cold, she scrambled down the flight of stairs and then quickly cleared the dark corner of the unknown building. She kept running, not stopping until she'd made it to the center of the deserted snowy street, until she'd made it into the light where she'd be safe. Spreading her arms wide, she tilted her face up into the welcoming snowfall and began to spin around as a child might. A child afraid of the monster after her, a child desperate to defend against such evil. Round and around Meggie turned, every turn washing away her sins and lifting the burden from her tainted soul, every turn sending the devil back to hell. Any moment now she'd awaken and be safe in her bed, her nightmare over. Round and around she turned, oblivious to everyone and everything, including the pair of watchful eyes fixed on her. What the hell? Ethan couldn't believe what he saw. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. He'd only had 2 drinks last night, but he was dead tired. It couldn't be the whiskey talking. He needed a smoke. The familiar task of rolling the tobacco and licking the paper to seal it didn't help. The womanly essence of his mistress Samantha still lingered on his fingers. Maybe he should be back in the warmth of her arms rather than on a frozen street in the middle of the night watching some crazed female catch her death. Easing back into the doorway of the First National Bank, Ethan wanted to stay out of sight. He lit the tobacco and took a draw before he studied the odd female again. At first, he thought the woman might be one of Hannah's girls all liquored up. A second look told him she wasn't. Hannah didn't take to any of her gals overdoing it, fired them on the spot. And he'd never seen anyone work in a saloon that wore whatever it was this woman had on. No. The harebrained female didn't come from any hurdy-gurdy or saloon. What in Sam Hill was she up to? Had to be crazy. No one but a lunatic would be wandering around in the middle of the night in the snow, half naked, and twirling in circles like some child. The unusual sight reminded him of the young girl who skated round and around on a frozen slip of ice in the glass globe on his study desk. Once upturned, the snowflakes magically drifted over the girl's revolving figure. A day hadn't gone by when he didn't overturn the familiar miniature and bring life to the winter scene. Ethan shrugged his shoulders and dismissed any association between that girl and the one in front of him now. It was hard to see the woman's features clearly through the snowfall, but he could make out long, dark hair plastered over her shoulders and down her back. She didn't have much on, only a long white shift. And barefoot. No shoes or boots in all this snow. Fool woman apparently wanted to freeze to death. He started to walk toward her, but stopped short the moment he spotted the cross around her neck. Ethan sank back into the shadows. The cross swung out each time she turned another circle. Figures, he thought. Only crazy people believe in God. Gunfire from somewhere down Blake Street drew Ethan's attention. Until the shots rang out, it hadn't occurred to him how unusually quiet it was. After a last draw of his smoke, he tossed the butt on the ground and pushed away from the doorway, intent on getting the woman out of the cold. But she'd disappeared. Vanished? Not a sight.